So I was about to graduate from Portland State University in about 6 months, and I had decided, or we had decided, my partner and I had decided that we would go to Costa Rica to explore and have some fun. And this was a pretty up and down relationship. I was in my late 20s. And I think at this point we had dated a little over 2 years, and I was trying to figure some things out, so we decided we would go to Costa Rica. So we get to Costa Rica, and it's fun. We're having a good time. We were up in like the mountains, and there were like zip lines and good food, and we were meeting some really interesting people. And every once in a while, I would go check out my Facebook, just because I don't know why, but I wanted to see what was going on. And I got this notification that my partner had recently posted something. So I click on that, and somebody had hacked her account, and they had posted all of her messages that she was having with this man from her past in a post, which is really messed up. Like, that's a really messed up thing. But I had to read them because it was public information. And it was pretty devastating because I was in there, and in a non-flattering way. Fuck. And in there, she had said, like, they were kind of joking around, and it was kind of like, oh yeah, I gotta go and do this vacation thing, but I really don't want to go. And I did the only thing you could do. I closed out and pretended like I didn't read the post for a little while. Yeah, it's fucked up. So we were going all around the country, and we ended up on the coast, and we decided to go snorkeling after like going through this forest and looking at all these monkeys, these cool little monkeys and large spiders and whatnot. So we were gonna go snorkeling, except she couldn't go snorkeling because she has this thing with her ear, and she like wasn't allowed to go. So I had talked to this guy who was super excited, and he had moved down to Costa Rica a long time ago, and he had a snorkeling shop. So I got on my flippers, mask, snorkel. She was doing her thing on the beach, and I'm just like thinking to myself, like, oh, she hasn't checked her Facebook clearly. So this thing was just still posted on there for everybody to see. Whatever. So I put on my flippers, and I get into the water. And I'm snorkeling. It's like, okay, here I am. And I'm looking at the fish, and they're beautiful. Like, they're beautiful, colorful fish. And I'm looking at the coral, at least I think it was coral. I don't know. It looked like coral to me. And I'm just like, wow, life. It's beautiful. And I'm passing people, and I'm out there, and I start following this fish. I thought it was a snapper. I don't know anything about fish. But I decided it was a snapper because it was like reddish orange. And I'm following this fish, boom, 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 and I'm just obsessed with it. And I just feel so at peace because the water was warm. I was like, oh, this must have been what it was like in my mother's womb. So I'm just out there, and I'm not thinking about like this post. I'm not thinking about this relationship that I clearly shouldn't be in. It's clearly not healthy. We spent the money to go to Costa Rica, though. I'm just thinking about like nothing except this fish. And I'm out there. And I must have been out there for seriously like an hour, just going away from the shore. And the one thing I remember is that they were like, oh yeah, this reef is miles long or something like that. So I just was like, okay. And all of a sudden, I come to the end of the beautiful coral. There's no more fish. And I kind of hold up, and I'm on the edge of the reef, I believe. And I look out, and there's darkness. And I look down, and there's darkness. And I'm like, fuck. Like, holy shit. And in that moment, I'm looking out into the darkness, and I know that there is a thing out there that is looking back at me. Like, I know it in my heart. I can feel it. I'm scared as shit. This thing is gonna eat me. This thing is gonna kill me. I need to get the fuck out of there. I knew it in my heart, so I paddle around and I just start swimming. I start swimming back, and in my head, this thing, this monster, whatever it is following me. And all of a sudden, it doesn't matter that I'm paddling over like this beautiful reef, and I'm like, fuck these fish. Get me to shore. I just need to get back to land because this thing is gonna fucking kill me. I can just feel it. And I'm just panicking, boom, 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 and I'm just like pushing fucking kids out of my way. Get out. And I get up on shore finally, like, I kick off like my flippers, and she's there. She's like, how was it? And I have all these things I want to say to her, right? And she's like, how was it? Just look at her, I'm like, it was fine. And then I thought to myself as we're packing up and leaving, like, what the fuck? Like, I just had that moment, and she asked me a question, and my answer was like a lie. It was fine. And that is kind of what gave me the energy and the power later on to realize, like, this isn't working for you clearly because I read your shit. And it's not working for me. I just didn't have the strength to, like, bring that up. And we broke up a month later. And then I moved to South Korea to teach English for a little while. Thank you.